Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing good.
I love the book. I love the concept, the act of doing the travel. And so,
Yes.
can you just explain to people, before I get to any specific questions, the genesis of the idea and then what you ended up doing?
Yes. Well, I read when I was young, Travels with Charlie from John Steinbeck, took a trip across the country, and I thought that was a great idea and I wanted to do it someday. Anyway, fast forward, and I am watching the news one night, looking at my phone, and everybody's setting each other's hair on fire. And I thought, well, is this really true, A literary friend of mine said, well, you ought to drive around the country and talk to people, see what they're really thinking. Since I'd started in a television newsroom when I was 15, I had a journalism background. So anyway, that's what I did. And I was going to be gone maybe a few weeks. Like Forrest Gump, I just kept going. For over a 2-year period, 33,321 miles. I had an
Wow.
Airstream, a van finished out by Airstream. And so I could stay off the grid a little bit. And I just enjoyed the heck out of it.
It's incredible. And so, in the book, is it sort of journalized? Are you giving people places they could go? Like, give us a description of when they open up Heartland Highways, what they're going to find.
Yes. The main message of the thing is to get off the highway, get off the main road, and get off the main road of your life. Take the detours. I called myself a detourist because I would take with the try to trace down the back roads as much as possible. And America is actually one great big beautiful place, beautiful places to go, and beautiful people. People were helpful everywhere, even the big cities, New York City, Miami, you find people who are helpful and courteous. It was some ways shocking because it's far different from what you see on a lot of the news channels.
Yeah. And the truth is, you're right. I mean, I love the experience in my life when you go into some random place and whether it's a bar or a restaurant or some random event, and it ends up being awesome when you never even knew what it was the second before you walked into it. We're talking with John Butler, author of Heartland Highways in Search of America, and you can find it on Amazon right now if you want to take a look. And I think it's hardcover and paperback. In terms of places, talk about the Northeast a little bit. I know your focus of much of your life's been Texas. What about up here? I mean, most people think New Englanders are pretty nasty people, and so I'm curious about your thoughts of this region.
I actually got the van outside of Baltimore. I went to Philadelphia to the Liberty Bell was one of my first stops, and then I went on over to Sag Harbor, which was John Steinbeck's summer home where he wrote a lot, and then over into Connecticut. New Haven, Connecticut was one of my maybe third or fourth stop. Went to a place called the Nowhere Cafe. which was closed, but I write about my experience there in Connecticut, which is again beautiful people. Everywhere they were helpful. Went to a little place, got a sandwich there in Connecticut, and it was kind of a cathartic experience for me because it related back to my childhood when my father had a small store similar to the one I went to there. And I went on up into Maine. I got lost into the forest in Maine. It was almost like I had died. I was off the grid. I didn't have cell service. It was almost like I was watching my friends back in Texas, my grandchildren and two children go about their normal life. And so everything was going on without me, and I was lost in this forest, and it was okay, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking with John Butler again. The book is Heartland Highways in Search of America. It's not 3,000 miles, over 33,000 miles.
And again, I just kept going. I didn't intend to go that long, but I did, and take, like I say, the back roads all through the United States. And I took the Mother Road, by the way, which is the 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Can you still follow it all the way through? You can't, right? There's some breakups. Okay, is there actually a road you can follow all the way through that's Route 66?
There are pieces of it. Okay, so yeah, you
Yeah.
can't drive the actual total road because you'll go onto the interstate some, but you can drive a lot of sections of it, pieces of it that are like it was in the 50s, and it's like there's ghosts all along the way. There's still some little motor inns. I
Yeah.
say that I encountered the ghost of Ernest Hemingway along the way because I stopped at a little motor lodge where he had stayed, the great writer Ernest Hemingway, and there used to be a restaurant across the street where he would go, and the lady did not care for him, as the story goes. uh, He apparently was kind of a little, he drank a lot, sloppy, and she called him the dirty devil. I don't think she really knew who he was at all, but he later sent the book that he finished that he was working on at the little motor lodge, and he signed it "The Dirty Devil."
Well, the book came out in the fall. I'm jealous of the experience. I mean, I think it's just an amazing thing to be able to do with your life. Very cool. Heartland Highways in Search of America, John Butler, and you can get it at Amazon. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. It was really interesting stuff.
Hey, enjoyed it very much. Have a great day to you too.
You too. You too.